Hey, good evening, folks. This is just a quick tutorial on how to get to the members calendar and how to access information you're going to need throughout this performance season, specifically how to get to the travel sheets and how to review the calendar, look at information in the roster. We're going to talk briefly about our new members only website. So, to begin with, I'll start with this example here. We sent out an email last week, 2 weeks ago, talking about the Ford event. When you get an email from a board member that's referencing anything that we want you to go back to the member site for, we're going to create a hyperlink within the email to help bring you directly to the member's website. So in this case, we're telling them, make sure you sign up, go to the member's website. So click on the hyperlink, takes you directly to the member's website. I've had a few calls from some parents saying, hey, listen, that member's website sucks. I can't see anything. The words are overlapping. It's all crunched up. Just make sure your page is fully expanded. All right, so that's basically what the page should look like. Now, with the other thing you can do is once you get to the members homepage, this website, go ahead and click on the URL and save it to your favorites folder. I use Google Chrome as my browser, but depending on the browser you have, find your favorites. Go ahead and save this website to your favorites folder. So this way, if you're anywhere within your browser and you want to go check out what's going on, if you want to update sign-up sheets, you don't have to look for an old email and look for that hyperlink. You can go to your favorites folder and then click on the PFTC 2011 site. That'll take you here. So what we've got in this very simple, standard Google website is that we've tried to put all the key documents, information within one central location. So some of the key documents for the new parents obviously is a sign-up sheet. Now that we're getting in high gear for performance season, the sign-up sheet is nothing more than Google's version of an Excel spreadsheet. If you've ever used an Excel spreadsheet, right, it's got several tabs at the bottom, and each tab represents a specific event. Now, in this case, this sign-up sheet for the 429 and 430, this is for the Peanut Festival, the Kiwanis Peanut event. But the sign-up sheets typically look more like this. So this is for our Sunday event on May 1st, the Shepherd Maple Syrup Festival Parade. So the sign-up sheet, what we want you to do is identify for us if your core members participating or not. If they are, it's A for attending, N for no. Don't get creative and put other letters in because we've got some very simple logic built into this thing so our travel coordinator can quickly look at the summary, and if you start putting other letters and other stuff in here, it's not going to calculate out correctly. So A for attending, N for not attending. If your child is attending and you decide you want to drive along and you've got some empty seats, we sure appreciate it. So the core seats would be your back seats with seat belts. We don't want to cram them in too tight. So 2 per bench, if you will. So you would indicate here that you have a couple of core seats available if you decide to drive and you want to take some core kids. If you're driving alone and your passenger seat, your jump seat's available, and we often have some parents who would like to leave their vehicle and jump in with another parent. That's for that parent seat if you have one available. In some cases, if we're really tight and we're short some drivers, we may utilize this open parent seat for a core member to get everyone to the event. So if you're, again, if your child's participating and you're going to come up and watch the show, we can use some seats. If your child's participating but you're not driving to the show, go ahead and leave that open. Don't put anything in here. If you, for whatever reason, are driving separately, so your child will be participating but you're driving up separately, let us know. Put an X here in this location. And core members, we encourage you to go ahead and put in who you'd like to drive with. We are going to mix it up this year to make sure that all our recruits rotate through all the seniors. So we're going to be putting, a lot of people in different cars and mixing it up every caravan. But if you've got someone you want to travel with, let us know. We'll try to accommodate as best as possible. Finally, CD sales. If you are planning on attending an event, every parade we ask a couple of parent volunteers to walk just behind the core, and they're going to have an apron on, and we're going to be selling some CDs and some other paraphernalia that you'll carry with you. So we look for volunteers for every event to help support that activity. I'm sure Miss Stevens and Ms. LaGreasy would greatly appreciate it. So again, that's a typical sign-up sheet, and just look for the tabs at the bottom. Click every tab. It's got, I encourage you to go in and try to knock off as many as you can, assuming you know your schedule and your child's schedule. It's imperative that these things get populated so we know what to expect. We don't want to be doing travel sheets just a couple of days before the event. We want to know a week in advance if you're coming or not, and if you have any seats available. So we need that kind of lead time to prepare all the other documents leading up to the caravan heading out to those key events. So these tabs get updated on a fairly regular basis. More events are getting booked and confirmed. And so Mrs. Parr is going to go ahead and start populating this more and more once the events get booked. All right, so that's the important sheet there. Back to the members website. Excuse me. The next important sheet is the members calendar. For every event, we're going to place all of the event information at the members calendar. So we're just looking at the Shepherd maple syrup event. So now we've moved the calendar to the month of May. We go to May 1st, click on Shepherd Maple Syrup Festival, and then click down to more details. And here you can see that we've already populated with some key information for this upcoming event. In the description, we've got some hyperlinks. In this case, this is the map of the parade events if you're driving separately. This map will tell you where to drop off the kids or where you'll be able to find us when we pull in with the caravan. It'll show you the end of the parade route, so it gives you an idea where you can park your vehicle. We try to provide an overall, I call it the 30,000 foot view map of our driving route from Plymouth up to Shepherd. And you can see in this case we've got about 160 miles one way, so it's a 320 mile round trip. That'll become important here in a second. So the maps are here. The key document for every event is a travel sheet. Look for the travel sheet. The travel sheet gives you all the important information that you need to know. So it gives you the name of the event. It's not in Romeo, it's in Shepherd. I'll have to update that tonight. So it gives you the date of the event, the name. It gives you some information, the lineup. So lineup is 1 hour before the step off, which is the beginning of the parade. It gives you an idea when we know where we can park. In this case, we're telling you to reference the map at the calendar, so you can go to the end of the parade route. It tells you where we're leaving from. 95% of the events we're going to leave from the Kmart parking lot on Ann Arbor Road in Haggerty. Time leaving. We're going to be bugging out at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. Please arrive 20 minutes early. We have to collect the uniforms. We have to collect the gas money. It'll give time for Mrs. Parr to tabulate the gas money she collects and then redistributes it back to the drivers before we leave. So please arrive 20 minutes early so we can get everybody seated, all the money's collected and redistributed. Time returning, these are guesstimates. If we see that we're going to be late returning, we'll make sure all the core kids who have parents waiting for them at Kmart, they'll call well in advance and give them a new ETA if we get delayed, if we're coming in early. So this is our best guess. Most cases it's fairly accurate. Also, because it's a full day event, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., in this case, we're telling you that the child's going to have to bring a sack lunch to eat en route, so that'll be their lunch. They're going to do the event, and then fast food money for their trip home. So we're going to stop at a McDonald's or something on the way home. Gas money. That gas money is for those core kids that are attending, but their parents are not driving in caravan. That dollar value is tabulated based on how many core kids are coming, how many core kids are looking for a ride that don't have parents. So we have a population of kids now that don't have parents driving in caravan. We look at the total mileage, 320 miles. We assume a 20 mpg and $4 for fuel. Divide that amount of kids with the amount of cars, and we end up with $30, which is half the anticipated cost of the fuel. So that's where your $30 contribution, that's what it goes to. It comes into us at Kmart and gets immediately redistributed. It's not a fund that we hold with the core. Those dollars come in within 20 minutes to redistribute it to the drivers to help defer some of their fuel costs. Another little comment here, pee before you leave. Enough said. And in a pinch, if you've got any issues, you can get a hold of me, at least for this event, but it'll be Mrs. Parr, who will be your travel coordinator, and some contact information there. Please double check, especially beginning the season, before you leave. Make absolutely sure you got everything, right? Fifes, drumsticks, gloves, hair ribbons, neck stocks. So this is all in the travel sheet. Every event will have a travel sheet posted. That's the key document. And so now we're back to our calendar. So that's important, right? We did the sign-up sheet, members calendar. I'd like to encourage you, again, go poking around. Another important one for us is this photos and video. This is new. What we're trying to do here is that you're going to be taking a lot of pictures and videos this year. We'd like to very strongly encourage you to post those pictures on this site. If you use a Flickr account or a Picasa account, those are free. If you upload your pictures there, send us a link. At the end of the year, we have to create a end-of-year video, and we utilize all these pictures that our good parents provide to us to put together a collage of the year in an end-of-year video. It's also really cool to go in and just peek at other people's perspectives on the pictures that they've taken and videos that they've taken at different events. It's super easy to post. If you'd like, you can post all of your pictures directly from your camera directly to this site. And what I'll likely do is go in, take those pictures down, load them on Picasa, and provide a link just to keep the storage space down. But if you have, again, these free Picasa sites or Flickr, there are several, just go ahead and send us the link. It's really simple. Click on New Post. Go ahead and give it a title. So put the date, the event, and then here you just type in, pictures from. You can hyperlink to that website. If you have any questions on how to do that, come and see me or other parents in the group who use Flickr and Picasa. They'll show you how to get accounts from them. Again, they're free, and we can show you how to post them. It's really simple. So we'd appreciate your help with that. Any pictures you take, if you can load them on this photo site. And again, just poke around this member site. It's new. We're pecking around here. So if you got any suggestions, please feel free to let us know. We just newly posted our fan out list. That's new. You can go ahead and have a look at that if you didn't see the email. But that's about it. So if you got any questions, please feel free to give me a call. But again, please check back regularly. Keep the sign-up sheet up to date. And any information you want to know about any event, visit our members calendar. And that should have everything that you need. All right. Thanks very much. And